143 vinyl. In this video, we are going to be etching a powder-coated tumbler using the Citristrip method. We want to give a special shout out to Mr. Crafty Pants and Design Bundles over on YouTube, as well as M2C1 Designs over on TikTok, who is the original creator of this method. So let's get started. All right, the first thing that you need is, of course, the Citristrip. We got this bottle from Lowe's for a very affordable cost, and that's what we're gonna be using today. First up, we have one of our squeegees. This has 2 slots that will help prevent our tumbler from rolling around. We also have a piece of blue grid transfer tape and our stencil, which is cut out of StarCraft StarMask 900. All of these things can be purchased right here at 143 Vinyl. Next, we need to make sure that we have our PPE. Personal protective equipment is extremely important when working with these types of chemicals. So we have a set of gloves that are the nitrile, which is recommended because they are chemical resistant. And we also have a set of safety glasses. This helps prevent any backsplash from the chemicals that we are using. Next up, we have a paintbrush. So we are going to be using a bristle brush, but you can use a sponge brush or anything that you have on hand. Lastly, you will need a sponge with an abrasive side. The sponge will help us scrub the excess paint off of the tumbler. The very first thing that we need to do is, of course, apply the stencil. So we have our design cut out in the StarMask 900, and typically when weeding a design with regular vinyl, you will weed everything that you don't want. So in this case, we are going to weed away what we do want. So let me show you. So to weed out my pieces, I'm going to be using the Caesar Easy Weeder, and I want to weed out all of the pieces that I want to reveal the stainless steel underneath the powder coating. So we have this adorable little boho rainbow, and I'm going to weed out all the pieces of that rainbow so that way it will be super cute. Now that our design is all weeded out, we are going to take a piece of the blue grid transfer tape. So the reason I chose the blue grid transfer tape is that it is a lower tack of the medium tack, and this will help release the design once we have placed it on the powder coating, because it is slightly textured and a matte finish, which is not particularly ideal for vinyl. After you have burnished it really well, we will flip it over to remove the backing. And now it is time to apply to the tumbler. So we bring it over just a little bit. So the reason we have our squeegee is these 2 little slots will help prevent it from rolling around, and this will help us make sure it is nice and even when we apply. So just take your design and get it right where you want it. And with this curved surface, me personally, I like to take my finger and run it right down the middle and then burnish outward. I feel like this really helps to make sure that it doesn't start to wrinkle or get any bubbles. But after we have applied it, we need our squeegee to burnish it really well, because again, this is slightly textured and matte, which doesn't stick too well, but we can make it work. So one thing I love about the StarMask is it is slightly transparent. So as you go around and burnish your design, you can really start to see where you have laid your squeegee and where still needs a little bit more work to really apply it. To remove the transfer tape, you want to make sure that you remove it very slowly and kind of roll it on top of itself, kind of like this. So you may experience some pieces that try to come up, but as you can see, our squeegee really burnished this on to our tumbler. So hopefully we won't have any mishaps. There we go. Look how easy that is peeling off. This blue grid transfer tape with the StarMask is perfect for this project. We are going to take our squeegee one last time to burnish over our design, just very gently so we don't peel up any of the stencil, but just to make sure it is all the way sealed down, because if it's not, if you have any air bubbles around the edges of your design, the Citristrip can get under there and start to strip the places that you don't want, causing jagged edges, and we want perfection. Pro tip, you can use painter's tape to apply around your stencil to make sure that the Citristrip does not leak onto the areas that you don't want stripped. This, of course, is an optional step, but we are going to do it as an extra precaution. So all you need is your paintbrush. We have poured some of the Citristrip into a medicine cup. Now make sure that you shake it well first. That is what is recommended on the Citristrip bottle. But after it's in your medicine cup, we are just going to blob it on there as much as we can, but we don't want too much because then it will start to run. And be very careful not to brush it on. You definitely want to make sure that you are blobbing it on because the brush strokes can cause some issues with the etching process. Now that it is completely covered, we are going to allow it to rest for about 30 to 45 minutes. This time can depend on the type of tumbler you are using, so make sure that you do your tests first. After 45 minutes, we will use our nail to take the Citristrip off. Then we will take the scrub side of the sponge to remove the processed paint and Citristrip. This was our test tumbler where we left the Citristrip on for only 30 minutes. As you can see, there are some specks of powder coat left and jagged edges. Here's our tumbler where we left the Citristrip on for 45 minutes. There are no speckles of powder coat left and the lines are crisp and clean. Thank you so much for watching this video. We really hope that it has helped you be able to etch your very own powder coated tumblers using Citristrip. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those in the comments below. Give us a like and follow, and until next time, bye!